It is 7:52 on your Sunday, which means it's time to talk to our friend Debbie Hernandez with Home Depot. We still got some holiday stuff here, so what are we talking about this morning?
So we are talking about it's almost time to wrap it all up, right? Store the decorations for next year. Make sure they're safe. Know what you're storing, because sometimes you throw everything in a bin and you pull it out next year and you're like, oh my God, where does this go? Where does that go? So I have some ideas to help you with all of that.
Okay.
So first, keeping stuff in its original container sometimes will help. You know, stuff that came in a nice box, you can put it in the box and you know, definitely keep it. Then you absolutely know what it is. It keeps it safe. So that's one idea. Then red containers definitely designate holiday. So getting red containers is helpful to know what of your stuff is for the holidays. Now, then inside of it, what do? You know, you could put, well, obviously this one, big one on the bottom for a Christmas tree, really nice to store your tree. And then we've got the smaller ones, and these actually come with stackable cardboard, and I'm going to show you next segment what to do with that.
Okay.
Now, if you are storing when you're storing your trees and stuff, this is a concrete tube. It's something that contractors use for projects, but I'm showing it to use how to store your trees. Now there's all different sizes to really huge down. So like for my entry trees, you put this in and you can see on the bottom, I just tape the bottom so it kind of encloses it. And then you're going to put your trees in there and it's gonna really keep it nice and stores really good. And then we're gonna label them. Now before we go to the labels, this is another way to store stuff really nice is shrink wrap. We sell, you know, in big box stores, you shrink wrap everything to keep it nice and keep the dust off. So you could shrink wrap anything. I shrink wrap so much stuff in my house. But for decorations, you could shrink wrap them and then again label it and then you know what it is. And now something like this is like a decor that I made here 1 week, and I just wrapped it up and then labeled it. And then you'd want to put it in a container to keep it, because this actually doesn't protect it from crushing, but it protects it from, you know, all of that. So for labeling, you can use just a roll of tape, clear tape, a scissors, a marker, and some white printer paper. And you could print your labels like this. I just wrote everything I would possibly need and designating. So say you have 3 wreaths, fireplace wreath, door wreath, you know, you want to designate which everything goes. Fireplace stuff, you know, all that stuff. Then you're just going to print it out. You're going to cut it into labels. I have a paper cutter. You can also use a paper cutter. But you're gonna just cut like this, and then you have all your labels, and we're just gonna take our tape and press it onto the label.
Man, labeling just is the key here.
And this is my entry garland, and you can see here, you could even put stuff in a plastic bag and hang it on a rack, stair garland, you know, wherever you're gonna put stuff, you wanna make sure you know where it's gonna be. And in the next segment, I'm gonna show you how to store lights, ornaments, and all your small stuff. So it's time to pack it up, and I'm going to show you how.
I know. It's so helpful, though. So make your life a little bit easier next season.
Absolutely.
Debbie, thank you so much. We'll see you back in about an hour. We have much more heading your way here on Good Morning Arizona. Welcome back, everybody. Hey, it is time for Home Depot Debbie time. And this is always a hard time of the year because your decorations look so beautiful.
I know.
No one wants to put them away, or some people want to put them away, but sometimes you do it and you're like, oh, next year I'll organize it.
That's it.
Really good. But maybe this is the year that you do the nice organizing to help you for next year.
This is the time. And you know, even when I took out my decorations this year, it was so easy because I have, you know, garland on my stair rail, garland on the fireplace, you know, and I want to put the same one that fits perfect in the right place. So I actually don't just label it garland, I would label it fireplace garland or stair garland. So then you know, when you take it out, just put it right there. It was so easy.
Okay.
So we talked about labeling earlier, where you just can type them out or even hand write them on just printer paper and use your packing tape as a laminator, really, and just put it on all your boxes and decorations, and it makes it so easy. Now these boxes come with the dividers like this, so you can stack things, and I'm going to show you how to do it DIY, but this one, the red top, comes with these cardboard platforms that you can do what I'm going to show you right now. So this is one way to store your ornaments, and this would be in a bin, but I did it this way just for our demonstration purposes. most ornaments will fit in these red cups, even big ones and small ones. So you're just going to stack them up, and in between each layer you put a piece of cardboard. Then you have all this like
just need some red Solo cups.
And then you're going to,
you
know, put your layers, and it really keeps the ornaments nice and safe.
So you don't need to wrap, because
Right.
I always do like the tissue paper
no,
and wrap them.
in here they're really safe. And then all of this obviously would be stacked in a bin, you know, to store them. And then you're going to obviously label it with your ornament label. Then also for your lights. Now, before we go on, I just want to show a couple other ways to store your ornaments. I store a lot of my ornaments in my Home Depot bucket because they keep it really nice and you don't get crushed. Also, we have those glass organizers, you can see, and those are great. They're already divided when you're packing glasses to move, but they're great for packing ornaments as well. So these are just some ways to keep your ornaments safe and nice and label them. And then you can do something like this, where these are just smaller bins, one for all your extension cords, keep them all together and all nice, and then one for all your small stuff, tape, scissors. You know, I just have a holiday box. You might have your daily scissors and stuff, but when it comes to wrapping, you want to have your tape, your scissors, your bows, everything all together. Just pull it out and then you can start wrapping. Look at that.
Because it's stressful sometimes. I'm like, oh, taking it down and putting it and organizing it.
And also for wrapping, this is a great idea. I keep my wrapping in this garment bag. So you have all your rolls of wrapping, and then you have some gift bags, and then you just zip it up on a hanger and hang it in the closet. Makes it really nice to keep all that together. And then for lights, there's so many ways. Like this is for extension cords, but for your outdoor lights, it holds a lot of lights.
That's
so you
a
just
good thing
wrap
too. So you could just buy this?
Yes, you just buy this and it wraps it. This is another item that is meant for extension cords. You can see like this. This is for smaller, and I just wrap lights on this. And then you could put them all in the bin, label them, where do those go. But if you want to DIY, you could just take cardboard, cut out some U's like so, and then wrap the lights around, label where they go, and then put this in a bin, take it out, and know, oh my gosh, I gotta untie all these lights.
That's such a good idea.
So, and then there's pre-made stuff to store your stuff. So I'm gonna have all this on my Home Depot W Facebook and Instagram. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
And we'll see you next week.
Giving us some good info. I'm not just gonna throw everything in the bucket.
That's right.
And hopefully you don't do that this year as well. We'll see you back in the 9 o'clock hour. Thanks, Debbie.
Thank
Happy New
you.
Year.